So you are American, I'm a Chinese. Do you hate us? What is the average salary? How much costs a small house? You think it's safe to stay here in US? Now I understand why people are so nice here, because if you're not nice, you don't know what that's the gun.
Yeah.
Do you own a gun? Here's my friend from US, Steve. We know each other.
Maybe about 20 years,
You've been living in San Jose for how many years?
44 years.
Wow.
Yeah. It depends on where you are. I think every city has good areas and less good areas. Some are dangerous, maybe,
How's your area?
Or I'd say San Jose, as a big city, is pretty safe. Silicon Valley, it's very competitive, there's a lot of people who would like to have your job, You don't perform, you're gone. The work is demanding and challenging. I think that whole area, the Silicon Valley area, is a very stressful place to work.
How many hours you work per day?
Me, see, a lot of times I work 10, 11, 12 hours.
What?
I'm just talking about my case.
It's right now hard to get a job in Silicon Valley?
Right now it is, yeah. You got AI coming on more strongly, and I think some jobs are affected by that. Robots are taking over the world. San Jose is a high tech, it's Silicon Valley, basically. So the salaries tend to be pretty high.
Fresh start new student, how much they get average?
Probably between $50,000 and $100,000.
50 to 100, so that's a big
It's
range.
yeah, it depends. If you're a teacher or you're an engineer or a software engineer, the wage varies a lot. San Jose is very high. You can pay $1 million for a small house.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about apartments?
It's going to be more than $500,000.
You bought a house years ago, right?
1981.
Wow, that must be
About 10 times.
Oh!
Yeah.
very smart to do
Yeah.
that decision that time, huh?
You have to get in as soon as you can because it's going up in price so
10
much
times.
every year.
What about the rent? Single room apartment?
Not up on the latest on that either, but let's just say 2,000. I think if you share an apartment with a few people, you can get by for significantly less. For a certain salary or less, maybe pay no tax. Percentage goes up depending on your salary. For somebody like middle class level, maybe they're in that range of, I think 22 is a very common tax bracket. I think we had like 11 paid holidays every year. Sometime we had some flexible holidays where we could choose, and then we had a lot of vacation days. Depends on how long you've been working there. In the beginning, maybe you get 2 weeks, and then after 5 years, you get 3 weeks, and so forth until, if you work many years, you get more vacation. I worked there for 45 years.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's like my age.
Yeah. At the end, I had 5.5 weeks.
Oh, almost like Europe. We have
Yeah.
6 weeks.
Yeah, see? We had to work hard our whole life to get what they get in the beginning in Europe. Every company has a different way of doing it, but yeah, our company, the health insurance was pretty good. It's not free. You have to pay out of every paycheck. You have to pay some, but the company pays some too. In California, they have what's called Covered California. It's the government health care plan, and if you're a low-income person, you might get the health care insurance for free. The people that have more money have to pay more. That's what you call socialism. In the workplace, not in my case, people should be treated with respect, You could get yourself in big trouble if you don't, or you could get fired,
Yeah. What about out there on the street?
No matter where you are,
Yeah.
you'll run into people that just aren't nice. I think a lot of times you can avoid trouble just by your own behavior. And if you
Right.
see something that doesn't look right, walk the other way, In my case, I didn't really have any, I never got robbed on the street or anything like that,
Do you own a gun?
I do not own a gun. I never have owned a gun, but a lot of my friends own guns. You know, you have to go through all the procedures to get it. You can't just walk in and buy one. They will do a background check to see if you ever have a criminal
Hey, I thought before you can just
background.
walk in and buy a gun. Used to be.
Not in this state, not in California, no. Every state has their own gun laws. It's not a U.S. national law. It's by state and even some cities. You know,
Okay.
they have different rules about how to buy the guns, how to buy the bullets to go in the guns, and a lot of. I'm no expert on it, but I know you can't just walk in and buy a gun. There's a lot of guns on the black market, meaning they find somebody they know who sells illegal guns. The criminals will always find a way to get
Right,
guns.
right. Can you give me one?
I don't have one. So how could I give you one? Yeah,
Okay.
I remember that guy there in Nevada. I remember
Right.
walking down the.
There's a bit of a shopping mall. He has a gun here. I was like, oh my god, this guy carry a gun in
He
the
was
shopping mall.
strapped and ready to go.
Now I understand why people are so nice here, because if you're not nice,
You're
you
gonna
don't
get
know who has the gun. You just
Nah.
shot at
You
you.
haven't seen anybody here in Los Angeles with a gun, right?
No.
Yeah.
Weird. Why?
Yeah, because in California, you're not allowed to just walk around in public with a gun. In Nevada, it's a different rule. You can have guns.
And you can carry it everywhere you want to.
I think so.
If you try to messing with the wrong people, you
Yeah.
could be get shot.
Yeah, yeah.
If you are in US, better don't mess with anyone. You don't know who has a gun.
Well, I think that applies anywhere. Don't mess with people. Just be
nice.
Be good. Be nice.
Be nice. Stay alive.
Yeah.
So you are American? I'm a Chinese.
Are you sure?
Not so sure anymore. Do you hate us?
No, of course not. Yeah.
Do you dislike us?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I think there's one thing is governments and then the people in the country. I think it's two completely different things, you know. And I'm sure people in China probably feel similarly, meaning that I think most people that are educated, you know. I mean, there might be some people that think, oh, they're taking our jobs and this and that, you know. I lost my job, you know.
Yeah, of course.
How would they feel? That's the world. But,
Yeah.
But you know, most people are accepting, I think. When I go to China, the people are very friendly, very nice in
Most
general.
people are nice there.
Most people are nice, and I think most people here are nice too. It's
Right.
just, you'll find people that are not nice almost anywhere. Personally, I haven't had any really bad experiences in China. I'd say mostly positive, and people were, you know, friendly.
What are your impression for Chinese? I know you have Chinese wife.
I mean, I get along with most of the Chinese people okay. They work hard, they're polite, and
Very good at calculation.
yeah, especially my wife. You know, oh, don't pay 20% tip. It should be.
Or calculate if the
Yeah.
waiters did the right
Yeah.
calculate.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding, of course. San Jose, it's a very, and here in Los Angeles, you can see people from all over the world that live here. You
Also
see a lot
the-
of Chinese people live
Yeah,
here
yeah,
in
yeah.
and San Jose too. We have certain parts in San Jose that is very heavily Asian, you know. Could be Chinese, could be Japanese, could be
Yeah.
Indian.
So a lot of Asian.
Yeah,
lot of-
Filipino,
Yeah.
Korean, we have pretty much.
I like US about this. It's very colorful here.
Yeah, and then the
Yeah.
food. If you want Korean
Yeah.
food or Chinese food, you
Yeah,
can
right.
go not too far, drive and find a good restaurant.
Thank you for your time.
You are very welcome.
Maybe next year see you in China.
Yes,
All right.
sounds good.
All right. Thank you for your time.
You're